We're now joined by two more of the Springs Muslim School geniuses, or little Einsteins as we call them. Welcome to the studio to Rahima and Amara. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakallah.
Rahima, starting with you, what made you join the NSQC?
Well, I was really inspired by the time Wasim participated. So I really wanted to be a part of something that, such a magnificent competition and everything. So I approached Mr. Imran Karolia and he managed to get me in.
That's so interesting. Amara, for you, why is NSQC so important for you and your school?
Being a Muslim school, most of the Muslim schools do not have that much coverage and that much exposure to other schools. Sure, we have the inter-Islamic school competitions, but we don't really have coverage and exposure to other schools. So I think being on an international level with other different schools, it's really magnificent. It's really important for us to get that exposure.
How important do you feel the exposure is as a young Muslim girl going into the real world in a few years' time? How important do you feel this exposure is for you and for you, Rahima, for the two of you? How important is that exposure going forward in your lives?
We have to keep in mind that we are Muslim at the end of the day. So it's very important to observe yourself in such a way that you promote Islam and not bring a bad eye or bring those difficult things to Islam, and it's very, very important to observe your modesty and your hijab in this situations like this.
I think it's very important to interact with other people now, so we know when we're older how it's done, and so people can know us too, so it's easier for us to get into the job industries and so on.
So that's really impressive the way you guys have brought that question and that answer back home to us and to our viewers. Now, coming back to the NSQC, what are you looking forward to the most in the competition?
It's a very big competition, so being on a level with on an international level with other learners, it's very, very intimidating and very nerve-wracking. But I think the thing I'm quite looking forward to is meeting all of these people. I mean, there's so much to see in the world, and meeting all these people will really inspire us, I suppose.
Rahima, how does the NSQC preparations help you in your schoolwork and in your studies for your examinations?
I think it helps with discipline, and most of the stuff are stuff that we do in school. So it sort of enhances our school knowledge and knowledge of everything else together.
How do you prepare for a competition of this magnitude? Because we've heard from the previous contestants as well, it's a really big competition, it's international. How do you prepare and how do you go on your daily life, like making the preparations on a daily basis?
That's very interesting. When you know that you have a competition of this magnitude and this importance, wherever you go, you're always on the lookout for bits and pieces of information. You're going to extract information from any place and every place you can. So it's basically, you have to know, you just have to be on alert all the time. We've decided to separate, the competitors are, we have participants from every subject in our school, so we have that balance across the board, but inshallah everything goes well.
Inshallah. You mentioned off air that you guys had the opportunity of meeting former President Thabo Mbeki. What does it mean to you as a young South African meeting somebody of the caliber of former President Mbeki?
It was really an amazing opportunity. We actually got, and we've participated before in the NSQC competition, and they extended to us an invitation to actually go and help, celebrate the commemoration of the 20th year of our Constitution. So it was very, very, very interesting. We got to go to Freedom Park and sit and listen to the former president and say his "I am an African" speech. It was very, very interesting. And I think as Muslims, we need to bring ourselves out more. We're very enclosed in our societies. We need to have that exposure to the rest of the communities.
And Rahima, finally, if you guys do win this competition, what would it mean to you and what would it mean to your school? I asked the boys the same question, but I'd like to get an answer from you guys as well. So,
well, it would really be something big for our school, maybe put our school and our town on the map and, make our parents proud, and not to mention the prizes that you can get from winning the competition. So it would be really amazing to win.
You mentioned something very funny because not many people know what Springs or where Springs is.
It's in the East End.
That's good to know for our viewers out there who don't know where Springs is. But anyway, from us at ITV, we wish you guys all the best. Inshallah, it all goes well. And you guys do look like you are confident. You guys look like you enjoy what you do. So all the best from all of us at ITV. And Jazakallah for joining us in studio this morning.
Jazakallah
for having
khairan.
us.
Joining us after this will be the quiz master who the contestants seem quite intimidated by, but he seems to be quite a cool guy. So we'll be back with the quiz master after this.